Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to give a little update. For whatever reason, YouTube has to verify me in order for me to go live. So until then, I will just upload videos here and there, just simply about recovery, how I got clean, my life, my past, what led me to addiction, and real quick, I'll just give a little short video about what led me to addiction. Growing up, I was always around drugs. I knew what a few different kinds of drugs were. 9, 10 years old. And I was one of those little kids, while mommy was in the bathroom doing her business, I'd be knocking at the door, banging at the door, freaking out. And once I found out what she was doing, I was devastated. I didn't meet my biological father until I was 11 years old, and my mom just gave him custody. But at that time, he was in a good place in his life. He was a successful business owner of a roofing company. He was doing really good for himself. He had an amazing wife, my stepmom. She was my mom growing up. She's, still my mother to this day. She raised me from 11 on. My dad passed away when I was 18 years old due to an overdose. And I was 3 months pregnant with my first child, and that devastated me, and I mean devastated. Like, I was so mad at my biological mother just because, I only got a few years with him. And sadly enough, like my first video I spoke on, I found him deceased. So that was really, a tragic time in my life. But what led me to addiction was my youngest daughter's father was really physically and mentally abusive. Now, first it started off just mentally. That's usually typically how it goes, sadly. And, he would always drink alcohol, and, when he would drink, he got really violent. Well, I'm a forgiver, and I kept thinking, oh, he'll stop, he'll change, that will be the last time, he'll never do it again. I believed him. Excuse me. Then I got pregnant, and sadly, during my pregnancy is when the physical abuse started, while I was pregnant with his own child. But fast forward, I had the baby. She was healthy, she's beautiful, amazing little girl. And I had a C-section. I was prescribed Percocet. And I realized that while I was taking those Percocets, I was mentally able to deal with the pain, deal with the abuse, deal with, just life. And I felt like I could take care of my kids better. But in reality, it was a mess, total mess. And, it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. He tried to drown me. He tried to kill me. He would hold guns to my head. When he tried to drown me, luckily enough, my 9-year-old daughter now, she's 9 now, but at the time she was 3, 4 years old, she walked into the bathroom and he stopped. And I'd tell her, you saved mommy's life. I really think that in that moment, if she didn't walk in, he would have killed me. Kids there, kids not there. He didn't care. And, you know, I would never do anything wrong. I would never, I didn't even fight back. You know, my friends and family would always tell me, you know, crack his ass with a pan when he's sleeping, hit him back, fight him back. And I would always be like, no, it'll just make it worse. I'm scared. I don't want to do that. Like, you know, just because he hits me doesn't mean I need to hit him back, even though I should have defended myself. But, you know, I'm gonna fast forward. We split up. You know, life happened, and, you know, a year down the road, because I had started taking those pills, obviously I was addicted, and I kept it a secret from him for almost a year. There would be times he would accuse me, and I'm like, you're crazy. No, I didn't. No, I'm fine. I'm just tired. I'm upset. Blah, blah, blah. Lie, lie, lie. You know, I'm the one to blame for my addiction, and I fully, you know, accept that, and I fully take responsibility for that. But I also feel as if I wouldn't have been in that abusive relationship, I would have never did it. I would have never continued to take them or abuse them or what have you. But then eventually, you know, after we, you know, split up, and my addiction got worse and worse and worse and worse, I met my, who is now my fiance, and sadly enough, you know, we started using together, and everybody would blame him, even though I was already addicted to drugs before I even met him. But they really, my family and friends really didn't accept it or really know for sure, but I was. So, you know, he wasn't the blame. I didn't start when I met him. I was already out of control. But Christmas Eve, I let my youngest daughter go with her dad for the holiday, trying to be nice, and he never brought her back. He never brought her home. The next day I had called, and I was like, you know, when's my baby gonna be home? And his response was, she's not. She's not. And, you know, I thought it was a joke at first. And, you know, I let a few days go by, and I'm like, where the heck is my child? And I came to realize that, you know, she was better off where she was at. My addiction had gotten so bad that she was truly better off. I don't want to say without me, but she was better off not living with me. A year or so goes by, about a year and a half, 2 years go by, and my fiance and I decide to both go to treatment. We called. He called first. And they said, yeah, be here at 9 a.m. The following day. I was like, no way. He's like, yeah, babe, call right now, like, you can get in. So I called, and they told me the same thing. Be here tomorrow at 9 a.m. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is God. Like, because we knew if we didn't get clean together at the same time, it wasn't happening. We were not going to be able to stay together. One can't get clean and the other not. Or, you know, whatever. But we both knew we needed help. We needed, you know, enough was enough. My 9-year-old had stayed living with my stepmom at the time, but I got to see her whenever I wanted. My stepmom never ever kept her from me. She just basically took care of her while I was down. And my son, I forgot that. I left that whole part out. Before I had my youngest daughter, like a few months before my son went to live with his father, and I got him every other weekend, holidays, when he was off school, and still to this day, I drive an hour and a half to pick him up and an hour and a half to drive him home every other weekend. I get him anytime he's out of school. We don't really follow the court order. Dad knows I'm doing good. So anytime he's out of school or virtual learning, he's with me. And I just got my 9-year-old home, my middle daughter. So now I'm fighting for my youngest daughter. We have court next month. I tried mediation twice. I've done everything that man has asked me to do. I've offered him to come check out my home. I've offered this. I've offered that. I've sent money. I have clothes. It's never good enough. We had a mutual agreement that I would send him $200 a month and he would pursue in visitation. Well, 2 months in a row, I sent $200 a month. No call. No text. No response. Completely ignored me. Then we tried mediation twice. The first time we had an agreement, and the day that the first visitation was supposed to start, he backed out. A little time went on, about a month went on, and I was like, you know what, he wanted to try it again because he did not want me to take him to court, obviously. So I agreed to try it again, and we had a different mediator. This mediator did not care what I had to say, did not get either side of the story, just straight cut the chase and was like, what do you want? Write it on paper what you want. Dad, you write on paper what do you expect? I'm like, we've already done all this. We've already been there. It doesn't work. It's not working. I'm not agreeing to one night every other weekend. I want my child more than that. That's not right. That's not fair. BS. So I backed out of that mediation real quick. Got a lawyer. It's a lawyer, man. One of my aunts helped me get the lawyer, and I just make payments to her every month. And this lawyer is no joke. I'm so excited for court next month because I know that I'm doing everything in my power to be a great mom. I know that I'm stable, or else I wouldn't have just got my 9-year-old back a month ago. I did not bring her home until I knew without a shadow of a doubt I could take care of her, I could handle it, that I could be a good mom that she deserves. I was not bringing her home until I knew that I could do it. My fiance would not have let me bring her home unless he knew we could handle it. She's been home for a month and everything's going great. It's going amazing. She's got her little bedroom done all up. She's doing great in school. It's amazing. And my youngest daughter's dad still, I just don't know what's going on in that man's head. I really, really, truly don't. He called the other day. Mind you, he ignores every call, every text. I call every other day or text every other day, and he ignores me. And so the other day, out of nowhere, he calls and he said, is Trinity there? Which is my 9-year-old. I was like, yeah. He said, can Aaron talk to her? All right. So I get her on the phone, and Aaron, my youngest daughter, hears me. And mind you, she calls me Cassie. He's got her calling me Cassie. And she hears me. She's like, Daddy, I want to talk to Cassie. Please, I want to talk to Cassie. So he was like, yeah. I'm like, is this a setup? Like, is this just a smack in the face? I appreciate you letting me talk to her. But, like, you're playing games. But not just with me. You're playing games with the children. Like, she's 5. And now she's going to be asking, can I talk to Cassie? She even said, can I come to your house? I want to come to your house. When can I come to your house? And it broke my heart. I started bawling my eyes out because this man literally has no reason to keep her from me. But I'm going to end the video here, guys. I'm getting emotional, and I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to give a little backstory of where it all started. If you're new here, welcome. Subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Share it somewhere. This channel is going to be all about recovery and mental health and addiction and, you know, spread awareness, spread positivity. So until the next one, guys, I appreciate it, and I will see you later. Thanks.